Hey guys, Flipitaku, and today we're talking about something a little different than normal. I picked up something that's pretty cool, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised on how it turned out. So, story time before we get into what the actual thing is. By the title of the video, you guys already know what it is, but story time. So, as you guys know, I've been downsizing my manga collection because I had a lot of stuff that I didn't like. Blue Exorcist I didn't really like, D. Gray Man I didn't really care for, and just a bunch of stuff like that that either I didn't like Demon Slayer for instance, or stuff that was just taking up space on the shelf that I wasn't going to reread. And when I was going through my manga collection, the general rule of thumb that I did was if a series has a better anime adaptation, I would sell the manga and get the anime. It takes up less space, I'll still enjoy that content, that story from that creator, but it'll be in a different format. So, for instance, one of those is Yu Yu Hakusho. I wholeheartedly believe and I will defend that the anime is way better than the manga. The anime has a better ending. It introduces an anime-only character that's phenomenal. Actually, one of the only times that's happened, and it's worked out perfectly well. So I get to my Naoki Urasawa collection, and I see all my singles for 20th Century Boys, and I go, you know what? They're putting out the perfect editions. I'll eventually pick those up. So I sold 20th Century Boys. And then I got to my Monster Perfect Editions, which I had just completed. And I was going to do a read-through. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to... This is a lot of reading. I would much rather have the anime. Because I remember, I believe it was Sci-Fi Channel, if Otaku Mike is correct. Sci-Fi Channel, growing up, I would watch it. And Madhouse did a phenomenal job with it. I remember it being one of my favorite Madhouse produced animes ever. So, sold the manga, and a couple weeks fast forward, I go to Amazon, you know, just thinking that a cult classic like Monster would be readily available to purchase. So, it's not. Luckily for me, I have a region-free Blu-ray player, and if you're an anime fan, I highly suggest you doing that because a lot of the time the Asian and European releases have English subtitles at least on them, so you can still enjoy that content in your native language. So I checked Amazon France, right? I Googled, you know, the box set. It's, from what I understood, is that France's editions are still available and they're still in print. So I went and I looked, and they don't have English subtitles. I was really disappointed. I went to a Facebook group that I'm in, and I asked around, and from what I understood, the PAL versions got fully released in like 4 volumes, I believe, 4 DVD volumes. I looked on Amazon for Australia, sold out. So, pretty disappointed, upset, because I love Monster. I think it's one of the best stories ever, one of the best mangas, and one of the best animes. So, fast forward again a couple more days, I'm on eBay, and I just look, you know, I was like, all right, it's not on Amazon, maybe somebody has the complete thing on eBay, I'll just have to pay a little bit of a premium. So I Google, or I eBay searched, Naoki Urasawa Monster Anime, and something caught my eye. There was a Blu-ray release, 2 volumes, all 74 episodes of the anime. And there wasn't just one listing, there was 3 separate listings from 3 separate sellers for this exact thing. I started to watch one, and I noticed that it sold out. Then a couple days later, I got an email from eBay saying, hey, it is relisted. So I decided to email all 3 sellers. 2 of them answered me, and I started talking, is this a bootleg? And yes, it is absolutely 100% a bootleg. But the quality is phenomenal from what they said. So I'm going to show them off real quick. Here is Monster on Blu-ray, Volume 1. Here's the back. The back is the same in Volume 2. So here's Volume 2. There's the back. And then here are the spines. Now, case-wise, this is a really awesome collection. I just got the Gurren Lagann Blu-rays, and they did something that I thought was really cool that I haven't seen a lot of releases do. I wish they would have. Is that there's this little lock. There's a little. So the disc right here, that's what the discs look like. Just tells you like what disc you are. This is box set 2, so this is disc 7. There's a little lock right here, and you can open it up and move it around, and you can lock it back into place. Same with this side. Open it up. Got your 2 discs right there. So, the seller that I bought them from also had, and I was like, whoa, Neon Genesis Evangelion.
One of my favorite animes of all time, one of the most beloved animes of all time, a cult classic, and for a reason. So there was it was one bundle, and this is the complete TV box set. So this includes everything that was released. So let me see here. Let's see what disc 4 has. 21 through 24, episode 21 through 24, plus the final. So I'm gonna guess that is 25. And as someone who has seen the original, has seen this before, sorry, the cases sometimes get a little locked right there because it is a pretty tight fit, but it's a very well made case. I've seen the original, but I never saw the films. Well, I mean, not the Rebirth. I'm talking about this box right here. This is the complete Blu-ray film box. So what this contains is Death True plus Air Rebirth. This is Death True 2 plus End of Evangelion, and the Orchestrial Pucci EVA ONA box. I don't know what that is. I will be getting through to all these very shortly, but let's take a look at the covers here. Very well done. You got the, right here, Gainax 20th anniversary. Here is the back. And here is the complete film box. The back as well. And then together, the blue and the red. Really nice. So, why did I pick up bootleg anime of Monster and Neon Genesis Evangelion? Well, one, Monster is a classic, and so is Neon Genesis. But there was another driving factor in that, is that when Netflix got the rights to Neon Genesis Evangelion, the original dub is not going to be included. They're going to redub the entire thing. And when I read that, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but it's kind of heartbreaking that something from my childhood, something that I have seen a lot, isn't going to be the same. You know, it's going to be like when Coke changed their flavor, and now they have Coca-Cola Classic. The reason why they have the Classic on there is because some point in history, they changed their flavor, and it was not met with a lot of love. So I am glad, though, that a whole new generation is going to be able to experience Neon Genesis Evangelion. I think that's exciting. I think that's awesome. I think Netflix is killing it in the anime department. Even though people were like, well, they didn't actually pay to produce all their anime content. The fact that they're paying and supporting the industry is good enough for me. And that's what it boils down to also, is like, this is like a whole dilemma. Morally, am I okay buying bootleg? And it comes down to this. I want to support the industry. I love anime. I love manga. But if stuff isn't readily available for me to support the industry with, then I'm going to have to, you know, go to means elsewhere. For instance, take for instance, the Legacy of the Galactic Heroes box set. I have seen most of Legacy of the Galactic Heroes. I love the anime. I think it's phenomenal. One of the best animes of all time. Might even be my #1. But that box set is the only way to physically own that content, and that sucks because it's a silly price tag. But let's get back to these bootlegs. How is the quality? I was expecting it to be, you know, decent. I wasn't expecting it to be great, but I am here to report to you guys that I am pleasantly surprised by how good the bootleg quality is. It's phenomenal. So my goal today was to just watch maybe one episode each, you know, Neon Genesis, one episode of Monster. I watched one episode of Monster first, and was sitting back, and I go, holy shit. What? The quality is amazing. It looks beautiful. I can't believe I'm seeing this. So after the episode was over, I hurried up and put Neon Genesis in, because Neon Genesis is older. I believe it's older, right? Yeah. And again, quality is amazing. And I ended up binging half of Neon Genesis today. I'm going to finish it up tomorrow, move over to the films, and then start Rebirth, just because I'm on this Neon Genesis kick now. But there are some caveats to the greatness. Every single episode, it does have the English dub, and it does have English subtitles. It also has Chinese subtitles. The audio is lined up perfectly. Video looks amazing. No glitches there. No glitches in the video or the subtitles. The only problem is that every time an episode starts, so you hit play, it'll play episode 1, and then when episode 2 starts, you have to pause and go back and turn on the dubs or turn on the subs, depending on what you're going to do.
it's kind of annoying, but at the same time, I'm owning a classic on Blu-ray, so I don't really care. If that's the only caveat to this whole thing, is that I have to turn on dubs and subs every single time I watch an episode, perfectly fine for me. Now, would I recommend you guys getting this? If you guys can get these, I'm not going to link, I'm not going to share where to get them, but if you can get them, I highly, highly recommend it. This was a big, pleasant surprise. I took a gamble. You know, I took a risk getting these because at the same time, you know, they could have been terrible. They could have absolutely sucked, but they don't, and I'm blown away by how good they are. Now, on their page, they said that they do not press Hong Kong discs. They do not do upscaling. Everything is 100% sourced from Japan. So the only thing that I can think of is that in Japan, there is a high-quality DVD, or maybe there was a Blu-ray release in Japan. I'm not sure. And they have ripped the video, and then they have slapped the English audio onto it. If that's the case, you know, hats off to them. You guys are doing God's work. I think I'm so happy to finally own this. I missed out on the Platinum box years ago, and I was pretty upset about it. But now I own it, and I'm happy. And hey, if they re-release Neon Genesis on DVD or Blu-ray officially and Monster, I will gladly support the industry. I will gladly go out and buy those copies. But until then, I have to resort to this. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. How do you guys like Monster? Do you guys like the anime more? Do you guys like the manga more? And let me know how you guys think about Neon Genesis Evangelion. And are you guys excited for the Netflix release? I'm personally excited to see a whole new group of fandom jump in on it. But at the same time, Genesis is kind of, it's borderline almost too old to be appreciated by everybody. Some of the animation is, like, going back and watching some of those early episodes, the animation is a little rough. But other than that, it still holds up greatly. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Flip Otaku out.